Good morning, students. Students, there is a picture on the screen, and when you look at the picture, you see that not only the original monument itself, but also its picture in the water. That means the original monument and its picture we can see in water. This picture in the water source, as we now know that it is due to the phenomenon known as reflection of light. As we studied in class 6, that a plane mirror can change the direction of light falling on it. A plane mirror or a smooth surface through which the light cannot pass changes the direction of light falling on it. Such a change of direction by a mirror or a plain smooth surface is due to the reflection of light by the mirror. Reflection of light from plain, shiny, or polished surfaces. They may be mirrors, stainless steel spoons, plates, is known as the regular or plane reflections. Once again, students, reflection or bouncing back of light from plain shiny surfaces is known as regular or plane reflection. This is because light is reflected from these surfaces in a well defined, orderly manner, and this often results in a glare. Reflection of light from non shiny, non polished, or irregular surfaces often takes place in an irregular diffused manner. This is known as diffused reflection. By these two, you can understand that if light will not pass through the surface, it will bounce back because light always travels in a straight path, and if there is any object in its path, it will bounce back or reflection is there. And this reflection is of two types, regular reflection or diffused reflection. If the reflection is from a plain, shiny, polished surface, and then the reflection is in well mannered, well defined, orderly manner, then it is known as regular reflection. And if the reflection of light is from non shiny, non polished, or irregular surface, then the reflection is in an irregular diffused manner, and this is known as diffused reflection. Now, as you know that we can see the objects, we can read the book, we can see the flowers, everything around us due to diffused reflection, because a regular reflection or plane reflection that produce a glare, and the result of which we cannot see the object properly. So, due to diffused reflection, we can see the objects. Now, I'm going to show you one activity by which you will come to know about the formation of image in a plane mirror and what is the properties of it. So, students, to study the characteristics of an image formed by a plane mirror, we will do a small activity. For this activity, we will take a graph paper and fix the graph paper on the drawing board or a thick cardboard piece. We will draw a thick line in the middle of the graph paper, and we will hold the plane mirror strip vertically on this line using a wooden groove or some molding clay. That means we have to fix the plane mirror strip in the middle of the graph paper. Now we will place one small object. It may be a small toy, an eraser like objects at the end of one of the square of the graph on the line that is perpendicular to the mirror. Now we will note the width of object size by counting the number of squares on the graph paper. Now we will look at the image formed in the plane mirror. We will note down the position and size of the image. We will move the object on the perpendicular line. First we'll move it closer to the mirror and then we will move it farther away from the mirror. Now what are the observation? We will observe that the image is always of the same size at that of the object. That means the size of the object and the image formed in the plane mirror is always equal. Now, the image formed in the plane mirror is as far behind the mirror as the object is in the front of it. That means the distance of object from the plane mirror in front of it and the image formed in the plane mirror is always equal. The distance between the object in front of the plane mirror and the image formed behind the plane mirror is always equal. Now what we will do, we will place a vertical screen. It may be cardboard piece, thick sheet of paper or a cloth behind or in front of the mirror. We will try to obtain the image of a given object on the screen, but we will observe that the image of an object formed by a plane mirror cannot be obtained on the screen. That means it is a virtual image. As we know that virtual images cannot be obtained on the screen. Now we will cover the eraser with a sheet of paper and we will draw a figure. It may be anything. You can draw the cartoon also on one side of the eraser. We will place the side of eraser having the figure in front of the mirror. What we will observe, we will move the sides of the figure and we will find that the image does not appear upside down and is always upright. That means the image formed by a plane mirror is always erect. The image also shows an interesting phenomenon property. The right side of the object in front of the mirror appears as left in the image. Similarly, the left side of the object appears as right side of the image. As we know that this phenomenon is known as lateral inversion. That means interchange of the size of object and its image. That means left side appears as right and right side appears as left. This phenomenon is known as lateral inversion. So students, today we discussed about the reflection of light, that is bouncing back of light from a surface. The surface may be shiny, then the reflection is regular or plane reflection, and if the surface is irregular or non-polished, non-shiny, then the reflection is diffused reflection, and we can see the objects with the help of reflection of light. Then we discussed about the characteristics of an image formed by a plane mirror. The characteristics are the image is always of the same size of the object. The distance between the object and the image is always equal. The images cannot be obtained on the screen and the image formed by a plane mirror shows the lateral inversion. So that's all students. We will discuss the next class.